Hello, we can start. Comrades, we can start our session. So this is session 2, and the topic for us this afternoon is strategies to strengthen the movement of solidarity with Cuba through alternative media and for the propagation of the truth about Cuban political, economic, and socio-cultural life. There is so much untruth about Cuba, so much misimpressions and misinformation. So the task this afternoon is how to promote and to propagate the realities of Cuban life, of the people, through the use of alternative media, so that we give the truth that will be the basis of our campaigns and struggle. First of all, we would like to call on Marta Rojas Rodriguez, who is the head of the Cuban delegation to this conference. After which, we will call each member who is sitting now in the presidium. They have been selected to give their perspective on the issue, or to give part of the speech or the paper that they have prepared for this conference. We will go one by one until the end, and then we can then open the floor to discussions. So if we could start with our Cuban head of the delegation, Marta Rojas Rodriguez. Another mic, please. Another mic for the translation.
Buenas tardes.
So good afternoon to all of you, friends of Cuba.
En estos momentos, más que nunca antes,
So in this moment,
más que nunca antes, Cuba necesita de ustedes para una operación informativa de la verdad sobre nuestro país.
so Cuba is still needing you for divulge all the Cuban reality, all the truth about our country.
No es que Cuba haya dejado atrás los problemas económicos, eso continúa, pero es que es muy fuerte y muy negativa la información, la distorsión de la verdad sobre el pueblo de Cuba, la revolución cubana y todo lo que tenga que ver con nuestra vida.
Because it's very strong, the misinformation about the Cuban reality, about everything that is happening in our country, about the cultural life, the economic life, everything in general.
En Cuba están representadas todas las más importantes agencias de noticias internacionales, pero cada una tiene un plan muy especial para distorsionar la verdad.
So in Cuba, there are representation of the most important agency of news of foreign countries. But all these agencies have specific plans about how to present the Cuban reality.
Y cuando no se lo pueden lograr, cuando eso no se puede lograr, pues entonces sencillamente lo omiten todo lo que tiene que ser lo que es positivo en relación con la revolución.
But at some time, when they can't misinformate people, they just omit the real information.
Pero además de eso, hay algunos grupos de Facebook perfectamente organizados que también colocan en sus sitios cosas negativas a Cuba.
Also, you know, in the networks, in the medias, on internet in general, you have the possibility to see a lot of Facebook page, a lot of websites in search of misinformed people, misinformed people.
No le digo que es total, pero sí es muy grande
So
esa desinformación.
so it has a big level, it's in a high level of misinformation now.
Y esa es una batalla que los cubanos tenemos que lograr para revertirla con el apoyo de todos los amigos solidarios del mundo.
And we have to win this battle in order to change the situation. And for that we need the support of all the friends of Cuba.
La situación geográfica de Cuba es también algo que contribuye a que este daño sea peor.
The geographically position of Cuba contributes to have a big damage in our image.
Todos ustedes obviamente conocen la geografía y saben que la isla de Cuba está a solo 90 millas de los Estados Unidos.
You know about geography and you know that Cuba is just 90 miles from the United States, far from the United States.
Donde hay grupos especialmente dirigidos a trabajar por esa distorsión.
And the government of the United States has specific groups in charge of misinforming people. They just work for that.
Del mismo modo le digo que allí también hay amigos que son veraces, que dicen la verdad y nos ayudan, pero son minorías y no tienen el poder de las grandes empresas.
At the same time, I have to tell you that we have a lot of friends in the United States that say the truth about Cuba, but they are minorities. I don't have powers of the big enterprises, of the big medias.
La comunicación persona a persona entre los amigos solidarios es muy importante.
And then communication face to face between friends is very important.
Y en eso Cuba y el ICAP, esta organización a la que pertenecemos todos y que hoy estamos celebrando un acto tan importante, deben de saber y tener buena conciencia de ello. Deben de saber esta situación como es y tener conciencia de ello y ayudarnos.
So in Cuba and Nicaragua and all of you, friends of Cuba, must be aware about that things that are happening now.
Esto nosotros lo hemos dicho, cuando digo nosotros, digo los cubanos, en todos los foros de Naciones Unidas, de la UNESCO, todos los foros internacionales instituidos. Pero nada más importante que la solidaridad de los hermanos de cualquier parte del mundo, de todos los continentes y especialmente de este continente que geográficamente está tan distante de nuestro país.
So Cuba has talked about this point of misinformation in every international forum, in United Nations, UNESCO, but we think that the most important thing is to win this battle through solidarity, through the support of all our friends.
Incluso noticias que tienen que ver con problemas de la naturaleza, con un ciclón, con un huracán, cosas como esa, incluso esas se opacan, se disminuyen para que no se cree un movimiento solidario hacia nuestro pueblo.
And even news related to environmental issues, to the hurricane, are not well developed in order that people don't express solidarity with Cuba.
Hace unos meses en Cuba hubo un ciclón muy grande en la zona más oriental de Cuba.
So some months ago, Cuba was affected by the hurricane at the eastern part of the country.
Y en toda la gran prensa, para llamarla de algún modo, aquello pasó como un hilo de noticias, insignificante.
And in the big media, just short news about it.
Afortunadamente muchos amigos y algunas instituciones internacionales se dieron cuenta de ello y gobiernos amigos de América Latina, sobre todo, y ayudaron a Cuba para poder sobreponernos a ese hecho que devastó un territorio bien grande de nuestro país.
Anyway, a lot of friends, a lot of governments, mainly from Latin America, expressed their help to Cuba, and they are helping us to recover from this problem.
Termino diciéndole que no se trata solo de cuestiones de carácter político, económico, social, sino incluso de problemas de fenómenos naturales.
I just want to tell you that this misinformation is not only about political issues, it's not only about economic issues, it's misinformation about Cuba in general, even environmental issues. Everything related to Cuba has been changed in the media.
Es decir, como esta mañana explicábamos, efectivamente, Cuba logró, después de más de medio siglo, logró con mucho esfuerzo, con inteligencia, que se restablecieran las relaciones diplomáticas con Estados Unidos, y los Estados Unidos también, el gobierno de Obama puso su parte, que se restablecieron. Pero eso no quiere decir que todo esté resuelto.
After 50 years with intelligence, with kind of good negotiation, Cuba and the United States established diplomatic relations, but it doesn't mean that we have normal relations and that everything is okay between the countries.
Ahí al lado se está hablando seguramente del bloqueo.
So you know, in the other commission, people are talking about blockade.
Este es también un bloqueo de la verdad.
This topic is also blockade. It's a blockade about the truth.
Y ustedes tienen que ayudar a eso, o les solicitamos humildemente que con la generosidad que los caracteriza, ayuden a Cuba en este sentido.
And we are requesting you, as you have, as always you have been doing, just continue supporting Cuba.
Este es el mensaje que como cubana y como representante aquí del ICAP, Instituto de Amistad con los Pueblos, que ya ustedes conocen, le pedimos.
This is the message that they want to transmit to all of you.
Muchas gracias.
So thank you very much.
Thank you, Marta. So important to know what's going on and to reveal what's going on. And the support that people have for Cuba, that must be revealed and discussed to all the world, because there are lies, distortions about Cuba. Okay, so now we would like to hear from Linda Harris of the Australian-Cuban Friendship Society of Sydney and of the Communist League of Australia.
Would you like to go there or just sit there?
I think if I put in here, I'll just. Well, as Princess introduced me, I'm both from the Communist League of Australia and the Cuba Friendship Society in Sydney, and we have been doing our best to try to get out the truth about Cuba. The last public event we organised was actually, it was on the weekend of Fidel's death, and we organised a showing of the exhibition of drawings of Fidel as Fidel and a video about Fidel's life. And that turned actually into a tribute to Fidel, and where we joined with others around the world and recognising the contributions that he has made to not only in leading the Cuban Revolution, but leading political struggles around the world. Fidel, the response in Cuba, I was in Cuba earlier this year in February, and it was, people explained to us how spontaneous the response was in respect to Fidel, and they poured into the streets. Well, suddenly in Sydney, those who have known the Cuban Revolution came to this meeting spontaneously and talked about the importance of Fidel's contribution in leading the Cuban Revolution. One of the things we do as the Communist League is to try and get out and spread around the world the words of Fidel Castro and other leaders of the Cuban Revolution. We think this is important. It is a way to break, as Martin was explaining, the misinformation about Cuba that is in the media. It's not only in the United States, it's echoed in the media in Australia. For example, many people say to us, well, they thought that the blockade had already been lifted. We have to explain that it continues to exist and there continues to be a fight to have the blockade lifted, and that we're part of that fight in the Cuba Friendship Society and the Communist League, and also to get the United States out of Guantanamo and to end all the regime policies that are hostile to the Cuban Revolution in the United States, that are part of what the Australian government supports as well. There can be no so-called normalisation of relations between Washington and Havana without that. But we have unshakable faith in the capabilities and capacities of the Cuban people to continue their socialist revolution, as we have the capacity, in the capacities of the working class in the countries around the world, to make a revolution that will be one of the biggest aids to the Cuban Revolution in our own countries. Thank you.